The man is the president of a publicly listed corporation. He clearly has assets worth hundreds of millions, yet he deliberately pretends to be an ugly, poor man who is also raising 2 kids. And instead of riding in his luxury car, he drives an old, beat-up car every single day. The reason he does this is to find a woman who would sincerely care for the mother of his 2 children. So before going on yet another blind date, he once again disguises himself as a man who is ugly and poor. Driving his old car, he arrives at the restaurant for his blind date with the woman. But to his surprise, the moment his 2 kids see the woman, they immediately run over, hug her waist, and call her mom. They even completely forget their promise to him and keep telling her how great he is. This sudden turn of events leaves the man stunned. He can't understand. Before they came, he had told the kids to promise to keep his identity a secret, and they had agreed without hesitation. So why did they suddenly change their minds? Little did he know, the moment the 2 kids saw the woman, they were reminded of their own mother. That's why they didn't want to lie to her. Faced with the kids' change of heart, the president helplessly sets even harsher conditions for the woman. He says that whoever marries him must not only be gentle and beautiful, but also know how to cook. He hopes his conditions will scare her off and ruin this blind date. But unexpectedly, the kids expose him again. Once more, the kids tell the woman all the good things about their father. They even go out of their way to convince her, actively selling themselves, saying that marrying him means she'll get 2 adorable little cuties as part of the deal. The man starts to panic because the woman actually seems persuaded by the kids and wants to go get their marriage certificate right away. Helpless, the man has to think of an excuse. He tells her he didn't bring his household registration booklet, so they can't get the certificate today. He thinks this will buy him some time, but unexpectedly, the kids expose him yet again, because in the very next second, they pull out his household registration booklet, urging the 2 of them to go get married immediately. When the man walks out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, having no other choice, he warns the kids again to keep his act of being poor a secret, or else he'll divorce the woman, because he has always believed that in less than a month, the woman won't be able to stand his poor and ugly image. But unexpectedly, at that moment, the woman suddenly leans over to him, curious about what he is discussing with the kids. The man is startled, worried that she'll find out the truth. So he directly tells her that they will be moving into her place today, and confidently adds that he has no money, and after marriage, she will have to take care of her husband and his 2 kids. To his surprise, faced with such unreasonable demands, the woman not only agrees but treats the 2 kids gently, cooking meals for them and carefully finding pajamas for them. Her considerate actions gradually change the way the man sees her. But what he doesn't know is that after he and the kids fall asleep, the woman immediately calls her stepmother to ask about the whereabouts of her own 2 children. Yes, the woman also has 2 children, but her children were taken away by her stepmother right after she gave birth 6 years ago. The reason she married the man was because her stepmother threatened her. Her stepmother told her that only if she married the man would she be told where her children are. But to her surprise, even after she got married, her stepmother still didn't tell her the whereabouts of her kids. Though the woman was angry, there was nothing she could do, because only her stepmother knew where they were. Feeling heartbroken, she goes to her friend the next day to seek comfort. Her friend is shocked, just a day apart, and she's already married, and to an ugly man with 2 kids. After learning that the man's whole family is living in her house, her friend worries she won't have enough money to support them, so she recommends her to work as a waitress in the man's company. When she hears it's $1,000 a day, the woman is immediately tempted. On her very first day at work, she is assigned to welcome the company's president. Her friend even tells her that the president is handsome and wealthy, which makes her curious about him. But neither of them knows at this moment that the president they are about to meet is actually the man she married, the same ugly, poor man who relies on her to support him. Soon, the waiters line up in a neat row to formally welcome the president's arrival. But as soon as the president steps out of the car, the woman is shocked to see that the president looks strikingly similar to her husband, but she quickly dismisses the thought because her husband has a scar on his face while the president doesn't. Oh my God. If the woman were just a little more observant, she would notice that when the president saw her, he looked guilty and nervous. Soon, the banquet begins. The woman and her friend are assigned to prepare the food. Unexpectedly, she runs into her younger sister. What shocks her even more is that the man next to her sister is actually her ex-boyfriend. When her sister sees her working as a waitress, she mercilessly mocks her and deliberately brings up her husband, calling him ugly and poor, even showing his photo to everyone, which makes everyone laugh at her. But what they don't know is that the man is watching everything through the surveillance cameras. So, urged by his 2 kids, he decides to go stand up for her. Unaware that trouble is coming, her sister looks even more smug. Her boyfriend pretends to be concerned for the woman, but is actually mocking her. But right at that moment, the man arrives with his 2 kids. His handsome face and air of wealth leave everyone in shock.